Good morning. So it's May 6th, and I really just wanted to share that that for me, this month has been so far filled with a lot of grief. And there are moments where I'm questioning myself, and yet I know in my soul that this month is serving so far to heal that self-doubt, any self-doubt that's within me, and also to just further allow me to know myself. A couple of things that I'm aware of is that I really believed that when I awakened, that life was going to become easier for me. And easier isn't necessarily better from my perspective. And yet harder is also not that enjoyable from my perspective. So when I think about easy, I think about things that I like, and the things that I like, those things are amazing, and they teach me to appreciate life in general, and they keep me going. And yet the things that I don't like, those are the opportunities to learn, which you already know if you're here. But this month's lesson has been really tricky for me. I feel very much like I see in myself that I'm resisting letting go of a life that I created when I wasn't awake. And once you're awake, you can't really put a lid on it. You can't really go back to being asleep. And I know that that's not why I'm here. It's also that little bit of crazy making where, there's a desire to have truth reflected back to you. There's the mirror principle. And I think that can kind of lead people astray. And I'm going to tell you why. When I'm being mirrored, what I'm seeing out here is not reflective of the truth that I know within me today. And yet, that's when I know that I have got to release some people. And that is so hard. On one hand, I go back and forth like, okay, am I blaming? No. So here's how I determine if I'm going to release somebody or if I need to release somebody. If somebody is, we've done a dance together and the dance is no longer working for one or both of us, either we're going to come together and decide on a new dance, and we're going to both look at ourselves with honesty and transparency, and we're going to accept that we might have to change some steps. Now that is somebody that I'm going to keep in my life. It's really loud. On the contrary, somebody who is showing up and we can't meet in the middle, and I'm not heard, or I'm not seen, or I'm having to dismiss an aspect of myself that is me, I'm probably not going to keep showing up for that person, and that person is going to fall away. Now, the difficult part about the last couple of years is that as I've awakened, I have had a lot of people fall out of my life. The tendency is to go, okay, I'm the common denominator here, and I am the common denominator here. I do trigger people because I'm not people pleasing anymore. I'm not showing up and being inauthentic anymore. I'm not selling my soul. I'm showing up in love for myself and for the other person. XYZ does not work for me. And here's why. I don't need to be understood either. So it's just this process of recognizing that you are awake. If you're here, you're awake. And it's not going to be reflected out here yet. But slowly, and this is kind of, I think May is the crumbling process. We're watching it on the world stage. And of course, if it's happening on the world stage, it's also going to happen in our individual lives, especially if you're awake. But watching your life kind of crumble also makes you kind of self-doubt. But that is an old program. We're not here to be understood by anybody. We're here to create a reality that doesn't exist. And so why would anybody understand you or me? They're not going to understand. Maybe in hindsight, someday people will understand. But we're not hanging on to hope. We're hanging on to presence, right? So anyway, I think I just want to reflect back to you that you are awake, that you are doing your job, that I am so grateful for you, because I know how hard this is. Hang in there, don't give up, and just believe in yourself and have faith. Thanks.